cheated.
You cheated more.
You cut a shorter path, Chingachgook. That is cheating.
You used pistols. We agreed to tomahawks for the feathers.
The race was not fair. They would be more valuable if truly merited.
There is merit in a shorter path if it wins the race, true?
That's true, but it's also true that we chose a path around the linden.
Then both are true, and both have merit.
No. One of us is wrong. How can there be two sides to the truth?
And one is yours, and one is mine.
Near the river.
Ego Child, my cousin's son.
It's Fox. No Huron shot him. Maybe French. Look. He's taller than me.
No. He left by the water, which leaves no trail.
Well, even a hummingbird leaves a trail in the air if we have the eyes to find it, Chingachgook. I mean to find it. Afternoon, Mrs. Pritchard. I wanted to thank you for the mending you did on my shirt.
You're very welcome. When Mrs. Shields returns to the trading post from Boston, she'll be bringing new bolts of linen. Perhaps you'd like a new one.
I'd like that. Is it the lake or the river you're headed for?
It seems our luck's been better in running water.
You'll be careful out there.
Most assuredly. No man has the right to violate a woman, Katie. Soldier or not, you should report him.
A lot of good that will do.
What did you say to him? That pint of ale was all he bought, and all he would get.
He took you outside?
Into the trees. Threw me on the ground. Tore open his uniform. And told me that if I screamed, it would be my last.
No one stood in your defense?
It's a man's world, Sarah. Whoever said the hand that rocks the cradle rules the world lived in a place I've never seen.
I think they're all terrible.
I think is it's not them that suffer. They wear it like a badge or a feather. Not the shame it is.
What are you doing here? Go on, be off with you. Be off!
You wait here. No talk, no look, huh?
Dismissed.
Captain Shields.
Captain, the French trapper is here.
Bonjour, Captain Shields.
Gilles, I trust the colonist who was capturing my runners and selling them to your side has been taken care of?
No, I think so.
I do not proffer compensation for what you think.
I gave him to a Huron war party heading up Champlain towards the Canadas.
Is he still alive?
Alive. Have you ever seen what butchery them savages can suffer on a body?
I have seen the results.
Dead is usually the results. It's what you pray for. There's no pain in that. It's the getting to be dead, which is the agony. Now then, too long among you English, a man's stomach turned sour.
Hello. It's a beautiful fox. Where did you get it?
She don't talk too good English. She's a Huron. Talks that if you know some. We leave. You go back to the camp. I've other business to attend. Do as I say, woman.
Tell me about this woman. I do not believe I know her.
She's employed at the tavern, and she was the victim of a horrible assault.
By the French? Indians, what?
A soldier from this fort violated her person.
Ah. Say no more, Mrs. Pritchard. If I had a 6-pound cannon for every barmaid who claimed she was violated at the hands of a soldier, the French would be defeated tomorrow.
But this kind of behavior.
The behavior of soldiers and these necessary women who work in taverns is the behavior of war.
She is not a necessary woman.
Camp followers, harlots, they are women and they are necessary.
Present your fire. Lock. Turn to the right in 3. Right. Right.
Man, I'll never understand them.
I guess it's not our place to.
So, where are you headed?
Mrs. Winthrop needs supplies at her farm. She's too ill to travel, so I've promised to deliver them for her.
Well, you know, it's foolish to go out there alone.
I'm not alone.
Well, it's foolish to go out there without a weapon.
Thank you.
How many anniversaries did you have?
5. He was killed in a Huron ambush.
Always thought I'd get married.
Why wouldn't you?
You see, once you're soiled,
The only two places that will take you in are a brothel or a church. It's a strange world where those two have something in common.
There's another choice. If you left here and settled somewhere else, you could meet a man, and if you fell in love, you could tell him the truth then.
And you think a man would accept a wife who isn't a virgin?
Yeah, what if he loved you? Your virginity wasn't voluntarily given, it was taken. You didn't do anything wrong. The wrong was done to you.
Well, now, what have we here? Come here, woman. Now. Or die where you're standing. Don't prove yourself a fool. Now get up on here. Quick.
Sarah, no!
Go back to the fort. Please.
Sarah? Sarah?
His name was Gilles Agneau. He often sold me information, and he was a valuable spy.
I suspect he was also a killer.
Save me your suspicions, Hawkeye. And in future, if you feel violently inclined, perhaps our little war would be a more appropriate arena.
I'm sorry.
North wind. Do you play? Perhaps a bit of Vivaldi? No? Of course not. Well, seems your husband chose the wrong backwoodsman to engage.
That is finished. Now I want justice.
Justice? Well, I suggest if it is justice you pursue, then seek it from Hawkeye.
You provided for my husband. You should provide for me and my children.
Your husband provided a service. What can you provide me that is worthy of my assistance. Information? The whereabouts of the French? Instructions as to the true nature and passions of heathen women?
You will not help.
No. Unless it is for my benefit. That is the way the real world works, Northwind.
Your real world and mine are not the same.
No. Thank God.
It's a good morning and a fine day. Eagle Child will travel well to the Manitou.
He would chase spirit deer on the plains, where there are no thorns or brambles or marshes, no hardships to overcome. But that is not your belief, is it?
Chingachgook, I believe that my heaven and your spirit world are neighbors, with no fences in between, and that there are many paths that lead to each.
Eagle Child will travel a good path.
Yes.
Where are you going?
Mrs. Pritchard has asked that I escort her today while she delivers her goods.
Wet wood, gray smoke.
Now, who would be that stupid?
A white man? They come to the forest. They learn nothing. They die.
I best be a good Samaritan and warn them.
Samaritan? What tribe is that?
A good tribe. You'd like them, Chingachgook.
Hawkeye. A sign that is so obvious is one of peace. Or is it a trick?
Perhaps I can lend a blistered hand with that, friend.
Hawkeye, a good and well-known name. I am Reverend Oak, a name that makes the Delaware grow pale.
That's true, perhaps. But I was born pale, so on me it has no effect.
By your hand, you killed the husband of Northwind.
It was a fair fight. He was breaking the law.
What law? Northwind's children cry for venison to eat, skins to clothe them, and protection. What law provides for that?
Well, surely you protect your own. Even the family of a traitor and a coward.
Disgrace my sister in front of her family! I will give you a law! Scalp for scalp, life for life, and blood for blood!
You take Northwind for a wife. Provide for her. You have Indian ways. Make them Huron ways. You will be welcome.
You hear a few honest words, Rivenoak. Spoken from the mouth of a plain man. I was Christian born and Indian raised. I could choose a woman of my own kind. But if I were to pick an Indian wife, she would be Delaware and no other.
You're brave, Hawkeye, and honest. Both may cost you your life.
Then it's a price worth paying.
You will be tortured before you die.
Then so be it.
Excuse me, Captain Shields. I'm looking for Hawkeye. He's supposed to assist me. It's not in his nature to be late.
And what is in the nature of these dishonorable colonists?
I do not find Hawkeye dishonorable.
Perhaps because you don't truly know him. Or do you?
I know his reputation. It is highly regarded.
By others of his tribe. These Americans, as they call themselves, who wish the freedoms and protection of His Majesty's crown without the attendant responsibilities. In England, we call such men peasants. In France, they are serfs. In the colonies, they are known as Americans.
I am an American, sir. I was born in the colony of Rhode Island.
Ah. But you are a woman. Some advice, Mrs. Pritchard. I do not know where Hawkeye is, but do not hold your cherished breath for Americans. They are not worth it.
You're a great warrior, Hawkeye. You will be tortured as one. Your torments will be more than a common man.
I hear what you say, Rivenoak. As an honorable man and one whose word is as honest as the rising sun, may I make a request? I'd like to make peace with my dearest friend.
Who?
The Delaware chief, Chingachgook. You grant me a furlough and I will return.
Lies.
You have my word.
You will run like the wind. And the coward that he is.
There may come a day that you wish I was a coward.
And what will Chingachgook think when he knows that you're going to be tortured by Hurons?
Well, what he thinks is less important than what he does.
Then what will he do?
I'll concede that every hair on my scalp is a Huron. He will want one of you to die for each hair. Something like that.
Tomorrow. the sun sets on a mountain.
Given that will probably happen, I would appreciate it if you could get word to the Scottish missionaries. They will see to it that my memory is passed on to my people. Or they'll know me by my Christian name, Nathaniel Bumpo.
I urge you, with the warmest tones I am able to speak, please do not do this.
I have no choice.
The choice is simply do not go back.
In the eyes of the Huron, I would be a coward.
There is nothing cowardly in saving your own life.
There is no honor in living with a lie, Sarah. I gave my word. That's more than my life.
No honor. This is barbaric, Hawkeye.
I'm sorry you don't understand. Given where you come from, it would be hard for me to expect that.
A civilized man in a civilized world could not possibly find honor in throwing away the single life that God has given him.
You talk about how civilized men behave. Meanwhile, two of the most civilized countries in the world are fighting a war here for land and resources that don't rightly belong to either one of them. I don't reckon that civilization has ever yet made a man out of a human being.
This is madness, Hawkeye. Utter madness.
There are those that believe it madness to honor their word. I don't, Sarah. I gave my word, Chingachgook.
You did not dishonor the Mingos. You did not take their land, their gift from God. The trapper committed the first sin when he killed Eagle Child. They should not kill you.
I asked for the furlough for 2 reasons.
So that we could make a plan.
That's one. And so that if they do kill me, you won't take revenge. So you kill 20 Hurons, or more, and they will kill Delawares in return. For what? For me? No, there is no honor in that. Only revenge. Honor is worthy. Revenge is not.
If they kill you, I should forget.
Innocent human beings should not die.
Innocent human beings will not die. There is honor in escaping. Even the Mingos recognize that.
I understand. I told them I would return. I didn't tell them I would return to die.
Prepare to shoulder your fire, like shoulder your fire. Lock! Prepare to turn to the right, Please!
Nothing I said could change his mind. This code of honor he carries is resolute. I must try to help him, Katie. For as little as I comprehend this cruel world, I know it is not right that Hawkeye should die for having saved me.
could have become a Huron. But you are nothing but a sheep of the Delaware. Lower than a woman.
That may be. But nothing's lower than a snake. I'd put you at the bottom.
Show me how a white man trembles, Hawkeye.
I don't tremble at mosquitoes or vermin. Why should you frighten me?
I am sorry, Mrs. Pritchett, but with the French mobilizing in the north, Colonel Monroe has put every soldier on immediate alert. I cannot spare any men to go off looking for Hawkeye.
Captain, he saved my life.
And I shall do the same by asking you to remain within the confines of this fort.
You throw better and closer than these younger, more foolish dogs. You have my respect, gray hair.
Chingachgook, perhaps the Hurons will show mercy. After all, he kept his word.
The wolf always howls. A hog will always eat. The Mingos will seek vengeance.
You Mingos send arrows that hit nothing. The Delaware would never be so blind.
The daughter of the Delaware stands firm. Watch the coward tremble when free. Let us watch his blood cover the ground. Stop!
My name is Sarah Pritchard. I offer a ransom for Hawkeye.
Rivenoak, she has nothing to do with this.
The Frenchman who lived with your people attacked me with no cause and no provocation. And this man saved my life. I see no reason why he should die for that.
My sister, North Wind. now has a home as cold as her name. She is alone. He is the reason for that. What does a white woman know about the suffering of the Huron?
In all wars, innocent people suffer. My husband, Thomas, was killed by the Hurons. I'll never see him again. And I didn't have the opportunity to say goodbye. I know the loneliness I feel. And in that, Northwind and I share the same suffering.
It is reasonable to understand feelings for your husband. But why would you come here with the same feelings for Hawkeye?
Because he is a good and honorable man.
He kept his word. I agree with this woman. I think Hawkeye should live.
No! He is a coward! Let him die like one!
Now, let me see how a Huron trembles.
Wait!
It was a violent sequence of events which caused the path of the Huron woman, Northwind, to cross that of Sarah Pritchard's. They were as different as eagles and doves, yet both were touched by the same war in a similar fashion. Sarah left the Hudson Valley along with Katie Travis. They went in search of a new life. I hope they find it. They learned a few things from the experience, and to tell the scripture truth, I learned something as well.